first and foremost, I want to start off by apologizing to my Seahawks for predicting a loss. Yes, I did predict a loss because I just didn't know how the season was going, and I was just trying to be honest. I didn't want to get my hopes too high. I didn't want to get my hopes too low. But we made adjustments, we made changes, and we went to Levi Stadium, and we got that W. We ate that W, as Jameis Winston would say. We ate that W.
I'm glad you know the reference
Oh my
now,
god!
so I won't
Yeah.
feel like an idiot every time I do that.
Well, I saw him doing his pre-games talk to his team yesterday, and I just was laughing about it. But that was our first win in 3 years. We were on a 6-game losing streak to the Niners, and boy, did it feel good. I was there. I got to witness it in person, and boy, was that silence loud in Levi Stadium.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you got to be there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, first of all, I don't think anybody blames you for predicting that L. Even Vegas was saying it was going to be an L for the Seahawks, but
It was like a 6-point spread, right? It was like 6.5 or something like that.
And then the vibes going into that bye week, the vibes during the bye week, watching other teams, it's like, damn, they over there looking real good right now, beating up on those Bucks, and we're over here licking our wounds in the bye week. So I don't blame you. But hey, I love being proven wrong sometimes,
I do too. And we're 500. We're 5-5. Feels good. It feels really good. Offense. We made some adjustments. We looked great. What is one of your standout moments that comes to the top of your head when you think about the offense?
Standout moments. I want to give my flowers to 2 people. Okay. Oluwatimi, my man, stepping in at the center role despite one bad snap. Mind you, I'll give him the pass because it's his first time ever starting a game this year at center. But my man did flawless in the passing offense, providing time for Geno. And then the return of Abe Lucas. I saw they kind of did every other series they put him in, but I'm telling you right now, he gave up one sack to Bosa that I saw that it was like, okay, Bosa got a sack, but he was giving Bosa the business. Oh my God, he was giving him the business. Bosa couldn't get nothing. I don't know if you saw this, but at the end of the second half, beginning of the third quarter, Bosa switched to Charles Cross. So he's like, man, I ain't getting no kind of work against Abe Lucas. Right. So yeah, man, it's lovely to see what Geno can do when he has a clean pocket, so that was
what
awesome.
What a difference, right? And our receivers, JSN stepped up. That was probably one of my standout moments was JSN. I think he's kind of giving me Tyler Lockett vibes when it comes down to just like doing your job and then like getting back on the line and not making a big fuss about it, whether you made a big catch or not. JSN, second year, killing it. I think his numbers are already, I mean, how many games we have left? We have 7 games left, and his numbers are already up there almost to match what he did last year. So shout out to JSN. He's looking real, real good.
Those guys are deadly. Those guys are the ones that are you, Mike, and I were talking about how that was a really quiet 10 receptions for 110 yards, you know. And those guys where they go under the radar all the time, those are the ones that creep up and kill teams. Everybody knows DK. Everybody knows Tyler Lockett because of his history and tenure in the league and how successful he's been. But Jackson Smith flying under the radar, he's gonna carve teams up.
I freaking love it. And obviously shout out to Geno. Geno finished the game.
How could we forget Geno? We cannot leave Geno out.
I think, I mean, some of the play call was a little bit questionable, like the tush push and those ones in the fourth quarter, which made me a little bit nervous.
You said the spot was questionable, or the play call?
The play call. I feel like I don't know. I don't know play call very well, but yeah,
I like the tush push. I like the sneak on that play. I did not like the spot on that call, but yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I think we should bench Geno. I think we need to start Sam Howell. Geno's trash. He's washed up. He's a backup quarterback at best, and he'll never be the one to lead this team to victory. Get the fuck out of here with all that shit, man. Excuse my French. Oh my God, don't even get me started. All I was thinking, there are all these names I had written down on notepad of all the people that were in our comments, previous weeks that we've been on, and I was wanting to call them out individually. But instead of calling out these strangers, I actually want to call out one of my best homeboys. His name is Brady Brooks. He's a sports agent for the NFL and for major leagues too. But anyways, he kicked my ass in fantasy football, and he's always talking shit about Geno. So this one's for you, Brady.
This one's for you, Brady. Eat that W. But yeah, Greg Olsen also said that Geno's amongst one of the most accurate quarterbacks right now. And don't you all remember that Greg Olsen was with the Seahawks for a hot minute? And so he knows. He's played with him, and he was there when DK was in his rookie year. So, I mean,
yeah, and he was a tight end right on that transition of big tight ends to receiving tight ends. And funny thing about that, Greg Olsen playing with DK, it's weird because when I played for the Bears, tight end for the Bears, I played with DK's dad. So he played with DK's dad and DK. That was pretty funny.
That's wild.
I know.
That is so crazy, but that's so cool. But yeah, how about that though? Like calling games and kind of just seeing people evolve that you used to play with, I think that's really cool. I think that's the cool thing about like the NFL and just like watching people grow in general. But
I like watching I like watching successful NFL players who become analysts, and you get to kind of watch the game through their eyes and see what they're seeing and all that stuff too. So yeah, I like Greg Olsen too, period, as a person. So
right. Shout out to Greg Olsen.
But yeah, look good. I love the walk-off QB sneak. I love it.
Can I just talk about that final drive really quick? And being in Levi Stadium. I was literally, I like have this thing. I'm a little superstitious. I'm like, okay, every time I try to record something, it always like doesn't work out or ends up bad and whatever. So I literally had my phone like in my lap, but it was recording. And then as soon as Geno snapped the ball, like I brought it up and then he was just running. Funny. Oh my gosh. And then the crowd was roaring, and then it literally got so silent because all the Niners fans were like, what just happened? And then there's me and my girlfriend Nari sitting next to me, and there's like a couple Seahawks fans behind me. There was like one Seahawks fan over there with his shirt off. I was like, dude, put your shirt back on, but now you can keep it off. That's totally fine. I'm like, it was just so crazy, and I was like, oh my god, there's 12 seconds left, but there's still 12 seconds left, right? And that still makes me nervous because anything can happen, So I was like, okay, just gotta.
How many Hail Marys have you seen this year already?
So too many.
There's been quite a few. So.
It felt good. All my Niners friends
tell
that
us
I'm like
the
close
story
with.
Tell us the story about all your Niner buddies, or maybe one in particular who's not very happy.
I mean, a lot of my Niners friends aren't happy. I got like immediate text message from my girlfriend Felicia. She's like, okay, whatever. And then I sent her a selfie of me at the stadium, and she's like, bye, bitch. I was like,
I gotta say this. Did you see you saw the Geno Sherman podcast I sent you and Mike? It was just funny because I know that every Seahawk loves KJ Wright to death, no matter where he's coaching, even if he's in the red and gold. But it was funny listening to Sherm. He's like, or Geno, he's like, man, it was the last drive. I walked down to the field. We're moving the ball, and I looked to the sideline, and he's like, I just feel good. I look over there, I see KJ over there. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I got mad. I'm like, oh, heck no. That guy's a Seahawk. He should not be in those colors. He's like, yeah, I definitely need to win this game.
It's definitely strange to see him in that uniform, because I did see a TikTok. This guy, he was making this video, and he was like so excited about the game, and then the music turned sad, and it flipped to the TV, and it's KJ in like the Niners stuff, like headset, T-shirt. I mean, I get it. I mean,
he'll be home one day. He'll come home someday.
Yeah, hopefully. Seahawks, what y'all doing? Y'all are playing around. You guys need to hire KJ back. You guys need to get him back. But yeah, KJ wasn't happy that I was cheering for the Seahawks, but
it's all love. And he's in the heat of the game. Any true competitor hates losing,
right? Especially to like your old team. But
oh yeah. You ever had those friends that say, it's not about winning all the time. It's not always about winning. Sometimes it's just all about having fun. I used to tell my kids, that's just some losers say, man. Don't listen to that shit.
Yeah. I mean, you say that stuff when you're like 5 years old. You don't say that like you're.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always a different element to see him out there. But it is what it is, and we got the win. So
How about
but
that defense though?
I was just gonna say our defense looked like a completely different team. The energy, they were out there. I don't know. They were just out there flying around. They were super active. Witherspoon. My standout moment is just Witherspoon. He was D'ing up CMC. He was active, and I'm like, he was all over the place. He was reading Brock Purdy's eyes. He was tipping passes. He was all over the place. So my standout moment, my standout person is Witherspoon for sure.
Yeah, and talk about that clutch. I mean, if there's anybody that's going to play CMC is a freaking just as deadly out the backfield in the passing game as he is running the ball.
It's
and if
wild
you're going to put
me.
somebody on him, they're the best person to put on him is Spoon.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, Spoon comes through with the little reach in there, and the ball pops up, and my man Big Hankins gets his first career pick. You guys want to see what 400 pounds flying through the air looks like? That was beautiful, like a little ballerina.
I love
big
that.
Ballerina.
Very graceful. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That was
damn. Okay, get you one of them new ones that just give play a nice little chime when your clothes are dry. It just scared the shit out of me. Has hella loud in my ear.
I knew it was gonna happen. I'm crying.
Hey, let's all go. We're gonna all go start a GoFundMe and get Alex a new dryer, man. A nice one that plays a nice little chime in there when it's all done.
You guys need to get into my apartment building. Okay.
Yeah, fires up in there. It's probably because they have those old dryers in there, man. Starting dryer fires. No, I'm just playing. I'll leave your dryer alone.
Say that, you guys. It's expensive out here in the Bay. Don't give me that.
Even if the fire was going, we know Alex ain't leaving the apartment, especially if there's a Seahawks game on.
Not leaving. Not leaving. But anyways, back to the D. Back to the
D. You know, we started this. We went into the our last episode. We were in the bye, and I said, you know, how we respond this week coming out of the bye is going to tell you a lot about how the rest of the season is going to go.
It's going to set the tone for sure.
Yeah, if we come out transformed, guns blazing, out the gates hot, I feel like that's going to set the perfect tone for the rest of the season. If we come out looking like a bag of smashed ass, I think that's we can kiss our playoffs goodbye. And yesterday, they came out guns blazing. I'll tell you this. The first thing I noticed, I can see why we were talking about this right before we started recording. I can see why they cut Terrell Dodson and Jerome Baker or traded Jerome Baker. And I love both of those guys as players, man. They are tackling machines. However, their style of defense, I think it just didn't go well with this scheme that we have. And then watching Ernest Jones in there, he plays so slow, and I don't mean he's slow. I mean there's a terminology that we use in football called play inside out. What that means is if you're in pursuit, if you're the linebacker and you're running, the running back's going this way, you got to go this way. You just drag you trail behind him. You don't want to over pursue. Some people like, oh, he's going left, so I'm going to sprint to the left and get there before him, which leaves a crazy cutback. And that's where CMC is the most deadly on those cutbacks. But he plays inside out. So it's like he forces inside and makes the running back keep going out, drawing out that play longer and longer, give time for defense to all swarm. But he does it so nice, man. He's just right there. And then Tyrese Knight, just as good, man. He plays slow. He's very quick, but they see the game slow. That's what I should say is they read the game very slow.
Okay, that makes sense.
They're not too quick to get caught up in the wash like our other linebackers were a few weeks ago. Right. So loved watching Boye back there playing, dropping back into coverage. I don't know if you saw that. He almost had a little one-hand snag. I was like,
what is he doing back there?
Oh man, he could have grabbed that one hand. But they were playing very they were actually playing. I saw a lot of complimentary football this week. The D line held their gaps. They played heavy package a lot. Our big boys out there, and tying up blocks, freeing up the linebackers, and then it created. And you know what though? What I did love when they play their style of football, it's designed to not give up the big play.
Right.
And there were no big plays at all. That's the one thing that Niners always give us the business on in big plays, whether it's CMC or Debo. But I mean, Jawan Jennings.
Jennings was going off.
He had hella catches, but I don't even think he had 100 yards. I see he was like allowed. Like I was like, God, the guys must have like 200 yards. But I think he had less than 100 yards and a tug. But I was like, I like how they just, you know what, we'll give up the 4-yard, 5-yard play here. I just don't want to get beat deep. So that's what stood out to me.
I think one of the things that helped us a lot too is like, I mean, we were leading the NFL in penalties, right? But the Niners had so many penalties yesterday, and we didn't have very many as we normally do. So that helped out a lot. Our red zone defense was amazing. Our red zone defense was so good. And I think, like we talked about a few weeks ago, Leonard Williams was saying that, we just need to do our job. We're all trying to do too much. And when we try to do too much, we miss assignments and XYZ. And it's like, if they simply just did their job like they did, everything just looked so cohesive and everything looked like it was supposed to look. You know what I mean? Like it just looked right.
Honestly,
and it looked like they
the
weren't
only
trying
times,
too hard.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You hit it right on the nose. Everybody was doing. You hear me say gap assignment every week, and everyone did their job. The only things that made it seem like it was deflating, the only type of plays, honestly, were when Brock Purdy broke contain and got like a little scramble for a first down. Those are the deflators, Yeah. And then
stay on your feet in that pump fake. Did you play basketball? Don't stay on your feet.
Yeah. Other than that, you take away those scrambles, it was just a really quiet day for their offense, period, man. Other than Jawan Jennings getting all those little passes. God, he's good, but
he's good. But I mean, if they're the only person catching the ball, it's
if we can hold CMC under 80 yards rushing, although I think he did have 100 yards all purpose, like receiving and rushing, but God, I don't know that I've ever seen a game where he had less than 100 yards rushing against our defense, man. So I'm happy about that.
Right.
Jeez.
Right. I know. Great. That was great. Nice job, defense.
Yeah. Tell you about what, though. Do you think, here's a good question. Do you think, first of all, who's the best team in the division?
Well, with the record right now, it's the Cardinals.
Safe answer. Okay, I'll take that. Now, I'll give you that safe answer now. Do you think that the Niners' window for their Super Bowl run is over?
Oof. I mean, I think when you look at the games that they have next, they have the Packers, Bills, and Bears. Those games aren't going to be easy. So, I mean, oh gosh, this is tough. I don't know. They're very hurt right now because Bosa just went out too. Was it oblique? I thought he was grabbing his hamstring at first, but then they said like his oblique injury.
Yeah. He re-aggravated it, getting that business from Abe Lucas. So
yeah, and karma for other stuff, but we won't talk about that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough road for the Niners.
I think their run's done. I'm just going to tell you that their run's done. Their run is done. They had to last 5 years they've been to 2 Super Bowls and 4 NFC championships, I think, or 3 NFC championships. I mean, they had many opportunities to win it all. And despite, you got to think about, just let's take the injuries out of the picture.
Yeah.
And you got to start paying people too. Like this is now, last year would have been the time, but there's also the factor of, everybody's like Geno's undefeated against the Niners. So a lot of times people going to this game, I know Niners fans think that we're just going to lose the game because since Geno started, he's undefeated, or he's defeated, I should say, hasn't won a game. Just like that's a real thing, there's the mental side for the Niners too. Like y'all been to 2 Super Bowls in freaking 5-6 years. Shit, you want to say 3 Super Bowls in a decade, last decade, and you're 0 for 3. So it's at some point, it's like, are the players thinking, hey, we're gonna make a deep run, but we can't win no Super Bowl. We all know that.
I just love how Niners fans think that like the last 3 years were the only 3 years that the Seahawks played the Niners.
For real.
That's my thing. I'm like, do you guys remember the years before those 3 years? Because I'm pretty sure you guys never beat us. So
and then you have to look at the division too.
Oh my
You got
God.
Sean McVay and their young offense, their young team. We have our young team. Right. It's like I'm telling you, it's the shifting of the power right now, because a lot of those guys on the Niners teams are just getting old now,
right.
Injury.
I mean, speaking of, let's talk about NFC West. So we have the Cards at the top, Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers. The 2, 3, and 4 we're all 5-5. Cards are 6-4, coming off a bye week. And guess who they have next? The Seahawks.
They have your boys. Is it in Seattle?
I think so. Mike, is it in Seattle? I think it's in Seattle, but it's like another sea of red. Yes, it's in Seattle. Another sea of red. I had a comment on one of my TikToks, and they're like, "Ooh, I'm so ready for you to join the other sea of red, the Cardinals." And I'm like, every single time, even if the Cards are the bottom of the NFC West, it stresses me out because we always would play to their level. So, I mean, maybe because the Cardinals are better, that we're going to play up a little bit and not walk into this thinking it's going to be a gimme. But
I'll tell you what, if Seattle came out with the same type of tenacity that they had this week, and everybody's playing their assignment football, everybody's just doing their job and being accountable, I'm telling you, this could be an ass whooping if we come out the way we did today, even more clean, even a little bit more clean too. There's a little bit of sloppiness, just that's expected after a bye week, but clean that up after this week against the Niners, I think it could be a good ass whooping. So.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a home game too. We haven't had the best track record this season at home, but I think this is going to be it. Like, they're coming off this great win. They're going to be home. 12s, please show up. Please show up.
It's just going to boil down to what Seahawks are we going to see this week, honestly. What Seahawks are going to show up. We've been talking about, we've been getting in our own way. It's been the Seahawks versus the Seahawks all season, pretty much. And we've been talking about what's our identity. Well, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I think that kind of gives you an idea what the identity is supposed to look like. So we'll see how it goes. I think we're gonna whoop that ass. Just me.
Let's go. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited for that game. Let's go. Rams are 5-5. They're number 2. Puka Nacua. Everybody's going off.
Man. Cooper's back. They're doing their thing, man.
They are.
And then all the way at the bottom are your all the way at the bottom are your Niners. So,
and like, they have a tough schedule. Like, it's not, I mean, the Rams have a tough schedule too. They got the Eagles, they got the Saints, they got the Bills. It's not.
So if you think about this, like, just long the end of the season, whoever, first of all, remember how many wild card spots there are in the playoffs, right?
How many?
Those. So, but think about all the NFC teams. Like, we have to win the division,
right.
Because you think about the NFC North, holy shit. You have the Packers, you have the freaking Lions, they're the Vikings. Oh, then you go down south, then you got the Bucks, and then you go over the east, you got the Eagles, and
it's wild right now. I don't
want to leave it up to trying to chase a wild card. We got to win this division, man.
Right, we do. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's a tight race. Everybody's talking about the NFC West and how it's such a tight race. So, but I mean, this is exciting. I love
love it.
it.
I think it makes for good chatter, man.
It
So
does for sure. Um, Other NFL talk. Nobody is undefeated anymore. Shout out to the Bills for taking care of the Chiefs, and now the Bills are going off. I don't know. The Bills are.
okay.
Watch out.
The season is over today. Who's in the Super Bowl right now?
Oh my gosh. I think the Lions and wait, what division? The Lions are NFC, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then let's see. AFC Bills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm still taking the Lions over the Bills if they're in the Super Bowl right now though. The Lions, I love watching them, man. They're
fun to
something
watch.
to watch. Yep.
For sure. For sure.
So, and I forgot about the Commanders too. I was like, geez, like the NFC is just stacked with teams right now. It's crazy.
It is crazy, but it's so fun. It's actually so fun to watch though. Like, cause when I look at the schedule for the games, I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be so fun. Oh my God, this game is gonna be great. But can we talk about the Steelers again? Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
What the heck?
The man just keeps winning. That was crazy. They won, and the Steelers didn't even score a touchdown.
What
It
the
was,
heck?
I think it was 3 or 4 field goals that they kicked and won the game off of just field goals and beat the Ravens. What the? You know what though?
Goals, you're like,
it just goes to show that no matter, everybody can like make their predictions like in the beginning, first half of the season, but I love Pete Carroll always saying, "Are games ever won in the first quarter? No. Are they won in the second quarter? No. Are they won in the third quarter? No." And you hear Bruce Irvin in the background, "Hell no." And then the fame, but then he goes, "Are they won in the fourth quarter?" And everybody starts cheering, man. But that's it. That's what's happening right now. The Ravens started out hot, like, oh my God, these guys are gonna win the Super Bowl. Do you know Derrick Henry touched the ball 13 times? You have arguably the best running back in the NFL, and you're only gonna give him the ball 13 times. That's just mind-boggling to me. Yeah, man. So
all I gotta say is whoever had Boswell on their fantasy football team, he got you some points.
For real, man. Dang. And you know what sucks about my fantasy football team? The guy Brady I was talking about that whooped my ass. Yeah. He has 1 win this season. I'm in like his 2nd win, and he just scored all the points possible. So it pisses me off. He just happened to go off on me.
Well, speaking of people who went off, I went off again this week in fantasy football. I scored 187 points. Yay!
God damn.
I think I'm on like a 4-game winning streak. I don't know, but I'm getting up there. I'm over 500 now, or I might be 500. Nope, I'm over. But yeah, can I ask you one question though? This is gonna be personal. This is a very personal question.
Let's do it.
It's been kind of a trend that's going on lately that I've been seeing. Have you ever pooped your pants playing football in a game?
Playing football, no.
Like sharded?
Football. All right, we're gonna get vulnerable, huh? Okay, so
yes, we're getting vulnerable because I've been seeing it a lot, and like I mean, I get it, like you're in the moment, but it's just like there's been
I have peed in a game before. I said fuck it, I'm not going to. We're in the middle of a tight game. I've just pissed I've been on the sideline, and guys do it all the time. If you're you're not gonna leave in the middle of the game when you're trying to win. So I've never shit myself though. I will say that.
No poop.
I've pissed my. This is back in college. Back in when I went to Mount Sac, we're in it was actually the national championship against San Mateo, and it was just a tight game. It was like I think the final score was 7-6. We won. It was ugly, rainy, and it was like anybody's could win this game. So it was like nobody was trying to run to the bathroom, and it was like cold out there. To be honest, it kind of felt good when I pissed all over my legs.
It was warm.
for a second. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just like laughing because like Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think he was on a podcast, and then the guy asked him because a couple weeks ago was his teammate, and he was just like asking about that, and I'm just like, it has become a trend this season. I've just been seeing lots of poop football players.
Yo, that's wild. See, that's why I don't even eat before a game because of that. It's like,
I mean, y'all better be taking your Metamucil. Metamucil, this is a good opportunity for you to get in there and advertise your stuff for these guys because they clearly need to have more regular bowel movements.
that is crazy. I've seen videos of guys shitting themselves, so nope, you ain't never gonna catch me doing that. I'd rather starve for the night before that morning and go in on an empty stomach.
I think I just remember like I didn't like eating before basketball games. I either ate like I usually would have a vanilla crisp power bar and a banana. Like that's all I ate before a basketball game because I didn't like eating a lot. So I mean, to each their own. But y'all need to keep controlling your poo-poos in your pants, man. Crazy.
Yeah. I seen a lot of guys in the NFL piss themselves in the game too because they can't leave. Now they can go hide, and it's like not that big of a deal where you see like somebody holds up a sign and hide. Yeah, but I mean, I was watching the 03 Tampa Bay Bucks when they won the Super Bowl. I believe it was that year, and their center would always like have major sweaty ass, and their quarterback at the time, their Super Bowl, I forgot his name, but he was saying his ass was, the ball was always slippery when they try to hand it off, throw it back because his ass was so sweaty, but sometimes it was pissed too because in the middle of the game.
Y'all are gross. So. That is disgusting. That is gross. Okay, I think I just learned more I think I just learned more than I really needed to know. Anyways, y'all, I'm excited. We got week 12 coming up. The Seahawks are playing the Cardinals, another division game. I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good about this week?
I'm feeling great because my thing is, if you can keep Kyler Murray in the pocket, and that's a huge if. This will be an ass whooping. Okay. Yeah. So, because that boy's ability, he looks like little baby Russ back in 2013, man. Out there looking like a Flintstone, blah, 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 like just hella. It's like, damn, that boy fast, man, quick as hell. But if you can keep him in the pocket, we will win this game.
Keep him in the pocket. Yes, I'm so excited. Can't wait to talk about it next week. Can't wait to watch it. Thanks for watching. Let's do it. Yes. Thanks for watching the group chat. My name is Alex. That's Josiah. We'll see y'all later.
Yes, sir.
Bye.